Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Honorable Mike Solomon. Right now, I am going to explain the various parts of the fertilization and the development of a fetus or baby. I have drawn the diagram in the first place. Right now, I am going to explain the labeled parts one after the other. Ovary releases one ovum or egg and it is fertilized. As you can see, this is a sperm. This is an egg. We can also call it an ovum. An egg or ovum. Ovum. Here, the egg is not fertilized. Look at the sperm. It's swimming towards the egg, towards the ovum. The sperm is swimming towards the ovum. As you can see, ovum has what we call nucleus. Sperm has what we call nucleus. Okay? Nucleus contains chromosome. Chromosome contains DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA contains hereditary information in a code form. Alright? As you can see, the sperm will not fertilize the egg with its tail. No. It is the head of the sperm that will fertilize the ovum or egg, leaving its tail behind. The sperm will leave its tail behind. Alright? The nucleus of the sperm and the nucleus of the ovum will fuse together. And we call it fertilization. Fertilization is the fusion of male gamete and the female gamete. When the two gametes are fused together, fertilization has already taken place. And fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube or oviduct. Fertilization takes place in the oviduct or fallopian tube. As you can see, the sperm has not fertilized the ovum. Here, the sperm is going to fertilize the ovum or egg. We call it egg or ovum. If it is one, we call it egg or ovum. If there are many, we call them eggs, 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 eggs or ova. If there are many, we call them eggs or ova. Eggs or ova. Eggs or ova. Okay. Fertilization is going to take place here. This sperm is going to fertilize this ovum. As you can see, fertilization has already taken place here. The nucleus of the sperm and the nucleus of the ovum are fused together. Are fused together. Okay. Now, what is the next line of action? First and foremost, I have to name this fertilized egg, fertilized ovum. I can call it zygote. You can call it zygote. You can also call it fertilized egg or ovum. Alright? Okay. There's what you call cleavage. There's what you call cleavage. Cleavage is the splitting of original cell into smaller cells. Now that we have gotten a fertilized egg, for you to have the smaller cells, as you can see them here. For you to have all these smaller cells, there is what you call cleavage. This original cell will split. This one, it will split into smaller cells. And the splitting of the original cell into smaller cells is called cleavage. The splitting of the original cell into smaller cells is called cleavage. Alright? This original cell, this fertilized egg or ovum, will split into two. From 2 to 4, from 4 to 8, from 8 to 16, from 16 to 32, etc. The progression here is geometric. It is geometric in nature. Alright? From here, okay, here we have what we call a ball of cells. A ball of cells. All these cells you are seeing, we call them a ball of cells. From here, we are going to have a baby in the womb or uterus. Womb or uterus. Okay, look at the baby in the womb. Womb or uterus. Okay. Here we have what we call umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. We have what we call umbilical cord. Look at it here. Umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. Okay. The baby in the womb or uterus obtains food and oxygen from the mother through this umbilical cord. You know, this is what we call placenta. Placenta has a link with the maternal blood. It has a connection with maternal blood. It has a link with the bloodstream of the mother. Okay? Now, this baby obtains nutrients from the placenta via the umbilical cord. The food moves from the placenta through this umbilical cord down to the fetal blood, down to the baby's blood, down to the body of the baby. Okay? Okay. This umbilical cord has dual function. Umbilical cord, I mean. It has dual function in the sense that food and oxygen pass through umbilical cord to the baby. At the same time, the same umbilical cord carries the waste products from the baby down to the placenta. Umbilical cord carries waste products like urea, waste products like carbon dioxide from the baby or from the fetus. You can call this baby fetus. It is called fetus or baby. Fetus or baby. Fetus or baby. This is unborn baby. Unborn baby. Okay. Now, umbilical cord, it is used in feeding the baby in the womb. It is also used in carrying the waste products from the baby's blood to the mother's blood, to the mother's blood, before they are finally removed from the body of the mother through the excretory systems or organs. As you can see, umbilical cord is very useful to the baby. Umbilical cord is a tube, it's a narrow tube where the baby obtains its nutrients. The baby obtains oxygen and food via the umbilical cord. The baby excretes waste products via umbilical cord. The waste products will be moved to the placenta. Placenta has a link with the bloodstream of the mother. Okay? And the waste products will be finally removed from the body of the mother through the help of the excretory systems or organs. All right. Okay, let us go further. Let me move further. As you can see, we have We have amnion, 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 amnion. Amnion produces what we call amniotic sac, which contains amniotic fluid that protects the baby while in the womb or uterus. Look at the amnion. It plays a vital role in the life of a baby while in the womb or uterus. It protects the baby from physical damage. The amnion produces what we call amniotic sac, and the amniotic sac contains what we call amniotic fluid, and this fluid protects the baby in the womb. With the aid of this fluid, the baby can move freely within the womb or uterus. Okay. Here we have uterine wall. We have a womb or uterus. Look at the wall. Look at the wall of the uterus. We call the wall of the uterus uterine wall. Uterine wall. Okay? Uterine wall. Look at the wall. We call it uterine wall. We call it uterine wall. We call it uterine wall. Okay. Look at the womb or uterus. It accommodates the baby. The baby stays in the womb or uterus, right? Okay. We have a cervix. Cervix, look at it. Cervix. Cervix controls the opening and the closing of the vagina. Ring of muscles are here. Ring of muscles are here. And those muscles control the opening and the closing of the vagina. Alright? Cervix allows the baby to pass through it. Okay. We have vagina. Vagina is an organ. It's an organ that is used for sexual intercourse. It is used for urination. It is used for menstruation. Vagina serves as birth canal. It serves as birth canal. That is to say, the baby, the fetus, passes through the vagina to the exterior. The baby passes through the vagina to the exterior, to the outer part. Okay. I am going to explain the various steps that a pregnant woman will undergo before she gives birth. I am going to explain the various steps that a pregnant woman, the steps that a pregnant woman will undergo before she gives birth. Before she gives birth. Okay. When a woman is pregnant and it's about giving birth, there are steps to be followed. Those steps are: 1. Dilation of cervix. Dilation. Those steps are: 1. Dilation of cervix. 2. Rupture of the amnion. Rupture of the amnion. 3. Four. Okay. When a woman is about giving birth, these steps will be followed. That's what we call dilation of cervix. When a woman is pregnant, the cervix, look at the cervix. Look at the cervix. It's a narrow tube that controls the opening and the closing of the vagina. This cervix will become larger It will be more open. When a woman is pregnant, this cervix will expand in order to allow the passage of the baby. The cervix will expand so that the baby can pass through. Alright? The expansion is called dilation. The expansion of this cervix is what we call dilation of cervix. It becomes wider. The cervix becomes wider. It will be more open. That is what we call dilation of cervix. Okay. Number 2, rupture. Rupture of the amnion. Rupture of the amnion. Okay. Now, as you can see, when this woman is about giving birth, this baby, this fetus, will move very close to where we have cervix. It lies its head very close to the cervix. Then, the birth of a baby in the womb or uterus is triggered by hormones. Hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Okay? When a woman is about giving birth, there is another hormone called oxytocin. This hormone will cause the abdominal and uterine muscles to contract frequently, rhythmically. The abdominal muscles and the uterine muscles will contract when a woman is about giving birth. And that is what we call labor. That is what we call labor. The contraction of the abdominal and uterine muscles in the womb, in the uterus, is what we call labor. The woman will be restless. You have to take her to the hospital so that she can put to bed. Okay, let's see. Dilation of cervix. Here, the cervix is already it has been is wider enough that a baby will pass through. Alright? After this dilation of cervix, there's what we call rupture of the amnion. Rupture of the amnion means the amnion will break. The amnion will break. Alright? The amnion, look at the amnion. Look at the amnion. Look at it. Amnion is here protecting the baby. It has amniotic sac which contains amniotic fluid that protects the baby from physical damage. It serves as shock absorber. Alright? Now, as a woman is about giving birth, there's what we call rupture of the amnion. This amnion will break. It will break. This amnion amnion will break, it will burst, and water will start flowing through the vagina to the exterior. All right? By that time, the baby is about coming out. 3. Expulsion of the fetus or baby. Expulsion of the fetus or baby. Here, the baby is born. The baby is born through the forceful contraction of the abdominal and uterine muscles. A baby is born. A baby is expelled. Okay? Here. Okay, look at the number 4. Expulsion of the placenta. When a baby is born, what next? Placenta will follow. The woman will eject the placenta. The woman will expel the placenta. The woman will deliver the placenta also. When a baby is born, that baby will breathe in the first place. The baby will cry. That is to tell you that that baby is alive. The baby will cry. That's to tell you that that baby is alive. Okay. The umbilical cord. When the baby is born, the umbilical cord. Look at the umbilical cord. The doctor will cut it. Will cut this place. Here. Cut it. And tie the remaining part. The one that is attached to the baby. Then, after some days, the remaining part, the remains, will wrinkle. It will shrivel. It will dry and fall from the baby's belly. All right? That is all about the steps to be taken before a woman will give birth. First one is dilation of cells. The second one is rupture of the amnion. The third one is expulsion of the fetus or baby. The fourth one is expulsion of the placenta. Right? Thank you so much.